Well, good Tuesday morning, everybody. It's April 15th, and I'm Chris Allen here at 270 weather. Weather for the 270 area code and beyond. April 15th. Was there something about April 15th I'm supposed to? No, that one. Oh, taxes. I'm not worried about it. I got till November 3rd. You're saying what? Yeah, you didn't know that? Um, we have until November 3rd. If you're in Kentucky. That's right. It's because of the February floods. Yep. Governor Bashir made a kind of a declaration, if you will, because of the flooding that Kentuckians don't have to turn in their taxes until November 3rd. That's federal and state. So, in case you're like, all right, Chris, you're making this up. Nope. Check it out. It's for real. And, there's probably going to be a new declaration because of these floods. I mean, it could be longer than that before we have to officially file taxes. So, those of you that were like in a panic state yesterday, or maybe you were up early this morning, like, oh, I've got to get it in, I got to get it postmarked before midnight tonight. Uh, chill, just chill. That's everybody in Kentucky. And it's not just state taxes, it's federal as well. You have until November the 3rd. How about that? See, this is more than just about the weather. It's a public service, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to help. I may make your weather worse sometimes, but I'm here to help ultimately. Okay. Um so I want to show you what it looks like outside this morning because it is much better and brighter. Look at that. Isn't that great? It's breezy. It's real breezy this morning. We'll check the winds on the Kentucky Mesonet sites here in a moment, but at least it's sunny and it's clear blue sky after a few showers last night. But that line of showers, there were a few thunderstorms, but it was pretty much a nothing burger. Severe weather stayed way away from us, even though there was a watch out for some of our eastern counties. Didn't turn out to be anything. Just one of those times. It just kind of just it just didn't have a lot of support. Okay, that's why we didn't see anything. But that's nice. A nice view this morning from Plano, Kentucky, the Plano Cam. All right, before we get into the weather, I want to remind you about this event that is coming up in days from now, April 23rd. It is coming up not this week, but a week from tomorrow. It is the 26th annual Herb Festival here in Bowling Green. It's going to run through May 3rd daily from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., 12 days of nothing but plants, perennials, herbs, heirloom plants, garden, stuff, vegetables, greens, all kinds of stuff. If it's a plant or a vegetable or anything like that, it's going to be there. And there's going to be this big tent set up at 901 Lehman Avenue. And if you're familiar at all with Lehman Avenue, that's that little stretch that goes between the bypass and Fairview Avenue, almost downtown Bowling Green. And right in that little strip mall there is the Wild Bird and Nature Store. And some of you know Jerry and Jeffy and their store, which is full of, if you're into birds, bird feeders, feeds, anything that has to bird houses, chimes. I mean, all kinds of stuff. They've got it. So that's where it's going to be held. And the plant lady, Yvonne, is also going to be a part of this. So they've paired up and they're going to put it's the 26th annual. I didn't know that they had it this long, but the 26th annual Herb Festival. So it is going to be 12 days, every day, 9 to 6, rain or shine, under the big tent. They'll have some special things like garden books and art, bird baths, feeders, ready to take home container gardens. If you feel like you're just not good at doing gardening or growing anything, this is where you need to go. They will show you what to do. They'll show you. They'll take the time and show you how to do this. And then if you're, wanting to put out a garden or something like that, they'll show you how to do that too. They'll have special events, special little sessions where they're going to do things like the power of herbs. That's going to be on Sunday, the 27th. Eating and wine pairing. Ooh, how about that? Also, plant your own workshop. Yeah, they're going to show you how to do all that. Now, there is a cost to that one. It's $40. And then the power of flowers. That's going to power flowers, flower power on April 30th. So, I mean, this is, if anything to do with plants, vegetables, this is where you need to be. The Herb Festival, April 23rd through Saturday, May 3rd, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for 12 straight days at 901 Lehman Avenue here in Bowling Green. All right. So it's going to be a good time. And the weather's going to be, you know, better for it. We're getting closer to Derby Day. And I always say Derby. That's the key to putting out plants and making sure they don't get bitten by frost or frostbitten or a deep freeze or anything like that. It's usually you got to wait till Derby, first Saturday in May, and we're getting close. All right. Looking at the numbers from yesterday, 83. Now that's 12 degrees warmer than normal. The normal is 71, but that 83, it was only 5 degrees shy of the record of 88, which was set back in 1919. That far back. Yeah. 63 was our low temperature. Now, even though there were some showers that popped up last night when the cold front came through, it missed the airport sensor. It missed most of the sensors. Most of us did not get rain last night, but we'll check the mesonet here and we'll see. We'll see how that all pans out. We'll check the radar and you see there's nothing going on out there. It's all east of us now that the cold front has passed through. There you see some showers out to our northeast over West Virginia, and that's where some of the uh, severe weather happened. There were some in southern Ohio, close to the Ohio River, to Kentucky last evening, and then some in West Virginia, but nothing really of that. I mean, there was a couple of places near Lexington that had some strong winds, and even some hail from the system that came through yesterday. But other than that, not much to write home about, so to speak. Let's check the mesonet now, and you can see that we are cooler, trending cooler this morning behind the front. Lots of 50s, low to mid 50s, mid 50s here in Bowling Green, 54 at the Corvette plant, 55 at the Ag Expo Center. Precipitation, let's check the rainfall past 24 hours. And like I said, pretty much nothing. Even though we had some raindrops here in Bowling Green, they didn't hit the sensors at the airport or the two mesonet sensors that are here in Warren County. Now, down in Franklin, they picked up 6/100 of an inch of rain. And the big winner, Allen County and Scottsville, picked up 44 hundredths of an inch of rain. There was a pretty good cell that came up out of Tennessee, just missed Franklin, and it went right over Scottsville. So that's why it shows so much there. And then you see anywhere from less than a tenth of an inch to maybe 2/10 to 3/10 over in Russell County. They picked up a little bit more, but nothing back into Western Kentucky at all. West of Interstate 65, nothing. Dry, except for maybe a few raindrops. The dew points have come way down. They were in the 60s yesterday. Look at this. Dry. Oh, that's what we need. We need some dry air to help, uh, evaporate a lot of these ponds, these new ponds and lakes that have sprang up within the last week or two. These low dew points in the even 20s and 30s, well, that's dry air, really dry air. And with the sun being out, yeah, that's going to help things dry up as well. But it's going to take a long time to get rid of some of this water. Winds, as I mentioned, these are sustained winds. These are not breezes this morning. We've got a northwest wind sustained, let's say 10, 15 to 20. I can only imagine what the gusts are. Here we come. Here we go. Look at that, a 30 mile per hour wind gust from the northwest in Franklin right now at that sensor. 28, 25. Whoops. Yeah, you can see pretty much statewide, we've got some strong northwesterly breezes this morning. So it's going to be a windy day. And all it is just the pressure difference in wake of that cold front that came through last night and the drier air that's working from the top down. And so we're just getting some of those strong winds this morning. And they'll begin to die down once we get into this evening. But today, yeah, it's looking a bit breezy. Let's check out the high resolution satellite, and you can see there goes our front, and there go the clouds associated with some of the showers that came through last night, and we're seeing lots of sunshine back here. Sunny, breezy, cooler. Not bad, really. I mean, it's going to be a few degrees cooler than normal. Normal is 71. We're going to be right about 10 degrees cooler than normal for today. But I think we can tolerate that. It's not, you know, not really cold. It's just that wind at times can make it feel a lot cooler than what it is. All right, let's go to the maps. And I do have um, something else to show you on the severe weather side, which I'll get into in a moment. But let me first go to the maps. So there's our departing cold front. Now out to the east, the winds, as you can see, still tight as we get into the afternoon. High pressure beginning to build in from our west. Will keep us sunny today and then clear and a little chilly tonight. Notice the lines get wider. That means the winds die down. There's not as much of a what we call a pressure gradient. That pressure gradient happens from low to high, high to low, and when they get close together, it causes wind. But tonight we get if you want to, like a decoupling of the wind itself and how it's behaving, if you will. And so that everything dies down, a clear, chilly evening. Here we go into Wednesday morning, high pressure firmly in control of our weather. Another sunny, dry day tomorrow. And we should begin to start to see a little more of that ponding water, those new lakes that have sprung up over the area and some roads that are still covered. And did you see last night on News 40? I went out there, Carl Jordan Road. That's off of Porter Pike. That's where cars are still submerged, and there's no river or lake nearby, really. It's just they're underwater. Mailboxes underwater. People can't get out. I mean, it's been a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and that's just wow. But that's how long. That shows you how much the water tables are full of water. They can't handle anything else. We've got to just. It takes time to get that. But I'm telling you, as long as the sun is out and we're getting this dry atmosphere, we'll get evaporation. That's the natural course that nature takes to take the water back up to the sky from the ground. And, it just takes time to do that, though. But these dry days, sunny days are good. They're going to help us. So here we are into Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon and evening, there's a little system that begins to approach. Notice the lines tighten up here. Another pressure gradient, and the winds will begin to pick up on Wednesday evening into Thursday. Now, Western Kentucky on Thursday may begin to see a few showers ahead of this low pressure system that's going to move out of the plains. Now, and I'll show you on the severe weather side of this. There will be some stronger storms that get going, some severe weather, maybe on Friday, Thursday night into Friday to the west of us. Um, Here, it's going to be mostly north and west with this first system. This is Friday morning. Notice it's windy again, but it's warm. Warm winds should push us to near 80 on Good Friday. Here we are on Saturday. A front comes in now. Some of the models are wanting to slow this front down. Ugh, we don't need that. We don't need that because that's what happened with the system that brought all the flooding last week. It slowed down. It pretty much parked over our area. This one is showing some signs of slowing down. But this is Saturday. We'll begin to get rain and some thunderstorms. And then here we go into Sunday. This is Easter Sunday. Notice it does flex a little bit, which is good. If we can keep the front moving, if it goes up, down, or a little more east, instead of just sitting in one spot, we'll be okay. Right now, the rain chances are not all that high for Easter Sunday. They are coming in Sunday night into Monday. Let's go to that. And you can see we're in pretty good coverage, the whole state covered with a chance of rain. The better chance of rain does appear to come Sunday night into Monday and not so much Sunday morning, Easter Sunday morning, because I know a lot of you have sunrise services planned or you've got something planned for Easter Sunday outdoors. Right now, I'm going to say we're going to be okay. Let me go back to that. There we go. So there you go. And that's Monday. There's Monday right there with the chance of rain. But of course, this may change. This may change. We just have to keep an eye on it, and I will. All right, let's talk about the severe weather side of all of this. Nothing, of course, today, tomorrow, Thursday. There is that, as I mentioned, Central Plains, Upper Midwest, severe weather threat, but nothing for us Thursday. Good Friday, the severe weather threat will be in that same area. So this is Friday. There's a front there. And pretty much like I showed you yesterday, that's where the severe weather threat will be, but not Kentucky. All right, now let's go into Easter weekend. This is Saturday. Now, this was not here yesterday, but it is today. It is that front that I showed you that wants to stall. Now, if there is that stalling, or at least temporary stalling, there will be waves of low pressure that will ride along the front. And each time one of those waves comes by, we could get just enough energy to maybe spark a strong to severe thunderstorm. Otherwise, this is going to be a potentially heavy rain event, not on the order of the flooding, but we could add maybe an inch of rain to this. But right now, there is a severe weather risk that's out for Saturday that covers most of the state. But then, because things begin to shift a little bit and there's the wobble in the front, look what happens Easter Sunday. It all goes to the west. Let's hope it stays that way. This would be, we get some rain and thunderstorms on Saturday, but then Easter Sunday, it shifts back to the west. I think there's going to be, unfortunately, on Easter Sunday, back into Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, there's going to be severe weather in that area, but not for us in Kentucky. Now, Monday, there is no severe weather threat. That's next Monday. And I can even look at next Tuesday, a week from today, nothing. So that's your threat as far as severe weather is concerned. Let's hope that most of it stays away from us. Right now, it appears that really Saturday is going to be the only day that we have that potential to see something. Okay, here's the blender. And you can see we go low 60s, breezy today. Then as the winds die down and we clear out tonight, we go to about 40. There could be some upper 30s, but I don't think cold enough for frost. So I don't think you'll have to worry about covering up plants or anything tonight. 66 or so tomorrow, then upper 60s to around 70 on Thursday. And look at that stretch of 70s and around 80, especially Saturday and Sunday. Easter Sunday, 80. Yeah. Um, there is that chance, as I mentioned, of thunderstorms on Saturday, but we're going to be warm at least. And then after that, it looks like we're just going to pretty much stay in the 70s all the way through the end of next week, which will put us already pretty close to the end of April. Wow. Isn't that crazy? End of April? Whew. Yeah, I know. It's coming fast, right? Derby Day will be here soon. Here's the 7-day forecast as I put it up on News 40 last night and to the News 40 weather app and at WNKY.com. 62, mainly sunny, breezy today, 66 tomorrow, 72 Thursday with a few more clouds. There's Good Friday with that chance of showers and around 80. The better chance of thunderstorms, rain, Saturday, 77. But then I'm keeping chances low for now for Easter Sunday. 20% chance, 78 to near 80. Monday, another round of showers and storms with a high of 76. Yeah. All right. So there's your weather. As I mentioned, uh, today is just going to be windy at times. We could have wind gusts of 30 or higher briefly. Northwest wind, so it's going to be a chillier, kind of a chillier, cooler wind. We're not going to have the 83 degrees that we had yesterday. In fact, it's going to be about 20 degrees cooler today than it was yesterday. Okay, you guys have a great day. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on News 40. Don't forget to download the News 40 weather app right there. Just scan that QR code. That way you've got the weather anyplace, anytime on your phone, radar, current conditions, bulletins, notifications, updates. It's right there. So when we're not on TV and when I'm not here, it's right there all the time. Thank you for watching.